Okay, so I have been asked multiple times about how I power my Raxda Penta SATA hat network attached storage when you've got to run multiple spinning hard disk drives on to power that through a Penta SATA hat, because it won't power it. So what I've got, and the way I had to figure it out, here we go. So you've got your power supply. This one's, so it's a 12-volt power supply, and it's I think I got a 20 amp one just to be completely overkill. Now there I've got my Pi mounted Penta SATA hat on top of that, and you can't really see too well from here, but I've only got the SATA leads but not the power. So to power the thing, and this is the thing about it, to power the thing, what I did was, so these, I've got one here somewhere. So I've got these little, this is the power lead right here, okay? So you've got, I think the yellow wire's 12 volts, the red wire's 5 volts, and the two black ones are for ground. Now, they have to all eventually reach a common ground. So the reason I haven't finished this is because I'm doing a version 2 of my router so that I can keep them all on the same subnet. It's a long story. That first, then this. Anyway, so you can't see it super well. I apologize. But these two are 12 volt down to 5 volt buck converters. And since they can only carry about enough amperage to do the 5 volt on 2 of these drives, I've got a couple of them in parallel. So what happens is the 12 volt comes from here. And the 12 volt comes from here and goes directly to the yellow, to the 12 volt and the 12 volt ground. I believe it's these two. Double check the pin out before you start messing around with cables, or you will blow something. And then the 5 volt comes from the same 12 volt, but the 12 volt and 12 volt ground go into the buck converter to bring it down to 5 volts, and the 5 volt and 5 volt ground then lead to the 5 volt and 5 volt ground pins on here on your SATA power thing. I just used a Molex one. You don't need the 3 volt, and if you're using a 3.5 inch spinning drive, you don't actually need the 3 volt. If you use the 3 volt, it'll probably cut it out because of this thing to do with shocking. If you ripped it out of an external hard drive, which I've done. As for powering the whole thing, that gets powered, I believe that takes 12 volts, and I power it through the Molex because that can take more amperage anyway. So I hope that helps, because I really don't want to have to keep explaining this to people all the damn time. It is a mess, but I have tested it, and it does work. The power does work. I'm just I'm going to finish this before I set this up. So I'll get round to that eventually, but I'm just a massive procrastinator. But yeah, you just have to splice cables at the end of the day. You just have to splice cables.